Hello everyone. In this session, we are going to discuss about Bayesian belief network, sometimes called as a Bayesian network. So, it's a continuation of a Navy-based classifier. So, the Navy-based classifier makes an significant use of the assumption that the values of attributes A1, A2 up to AN are conditionally independent in the given target value. So, we saw examples also based on the Navy-based classifier. But a Bayesian belief network describes the probability distribution governing a set of variables by specifying a set of conditional independence assumptions along with a set of conditional probabilities. So, a Navy based classifier, all the variables are independent, that is conditionally independent, but in Bayesian belief network based on a set of variable with conditionally dependent, right? So, um, BBN, that is a Bayesian belief network, provides a graphical representation of the probabilistic relationship among a set of random variables. Here we have two key elements. One is a directed acyclic graph, that is DAG, encoding the dependence relationships among the set of variables. Another one is a probability table associated with each node and its immediate parent node. So before discussing the examples of a Bayesian belief network, you should have know some probability ideas. So let x, y, z are random variables. So here the z is depends on x, y. So z is the dependent variable, but x and y does not depends upon z. So it is a independent variable. Right? So x and y are parent node, z is the child node. Right. So if I write the probability of each node has two values. One is possible and not possible. That is true or not true, or true and false. So for W, I can write a W bar. There is a possible and not possible. For Z, I can write Z and Z bar. For X, I can write X and X bar. Y, I can write Y and Y bar. So the probability of x equal to the probability of x in given y. In given y means it depends upon z. Is the conditional probability. So probability of x in the given z multiplied by probability of z plus probability of x in given z bar into probability of z bar. Then probability of y equal to probability of y in given z multiplied with probability of z plus probability of y in given z bar multiplied with probability of z bar. Right? So x and y depends upon z only. Now the z is depends upon w. So I can write probability of z equal to probability of z in given w into probability of w plus probability of z in given w bar into probability of w bar. So again the w is the root node, is a parent, it does not depends upon x, y and z. Right? So this is the probability table. So what is probability table? So if I consider x, then probability of x, if you consider 0.6, then probability of x bar is 0.4. Right. Okay, now y depends upon x. So x has the two probability, there is a true and false. For y also true and false. So by considering x, that is the given x, if I calculate y, in the case of x equal to true, y becomes 0.4 means y bar is 0.6. If x value false means y equal to 0.9 and y bar equal to 0.1. Similarly, if I can have three random variables x, y, z means so x, y as may be true and false. So the possible combinations are four: x, y, x, y bar, x bar, y, x bar, y bar. So z depends upon x and y. So in the case of if x, y, I can take z value zero point 0.8 means z bar become 0.2. For example, I am telling to understanding purpose. So x y bar 0.3 means z bar is 0.7, x bar y is 0.7 means z bar become 0.3. If x bar y bar with z equal to 0.9 means z bar become 0.1. Okay, now we can take a example. Suppose you are staying in a house which is having particular alarm, right? Basically you are designed alarm whenever the thief enter it will ring. This burglary is nothing but a robbery game. So whenever there is robbery, alarm may ring, but it is not compulsory. The chance of ringing the alarm is 0.01 means the chance of alarm not ringing is 0.999. And the earthquake also uh, happen. So based on the earthquake, the alarm will ring, right? You have two neighbors. One is John, another one is Mary, who have promised to call you at work when they hear the alarm sound. But the problem is, John nearly always calls when he hears the alarm, but sometimes he confuses the telephone ringing with the alarm and calls then too. That means John having the ringtone similar to alarm, right? So he cannot call in some cases. Similarly, Mary, on the other hand, likes rather loud music and often misses the alarm altogether. Right. This is the idea. Right. Instead of John and Mary, I am taking P1 and P2. The burglary and earthquake, if happen, the alarm will ringing. The probability of burglary and earthquake based on it may be sometimes it may be true, sometimes it may be false. Sometimes alarm will happen if both are true. Sometimes one burglary happen, earthquake cannot happen. Right? So both the true, both false, or one is true, another one is false. So this is the probability table. So if both cases are true, then the probability of ringing alarm is 0.95. The probability of alarm not ringing is 0.05. Then probability of alarm ringing for the case of B is true, E is false is 0.94 and 0.06. If B is false and E is true, then probability of alarm ringing is 0.29. The probability of ringing alarm not happening is 0.71. Similarly, if the case both are false, right, then the P1, that is John, will call based on the alarm ringing or not, right? The John may call to you when the alarm ringing, the probability is 0.90. The probability of not calling to you through the P1, that is John, is the probability is 0.10. Similarly, the alarm does not ringing, that time probability of P1 calling is 0.05, P1 does not call is 0.095. Similarly, P2 also depends upon the alarm. So probability of alarm ringing and probability of P2 calls to is 0.70. The P2 does not calling. The probability is 0.30. Similarly, the alarm false case also 0.01 and 0.99. These are okay. So based on this data, I am forming a question. Calculate the probability that the alarm has sounded, but neither a burglary nor an earthquake has occurred at both John and Mary call. That is a P1 and P2. So the question is the probability of P1, P2 based on the alarm A and the probability of not burglary and the probability of the earthquake not happened, right? So the P1 and P2 called you due to alarm, that is A, but the burglary and earthquake not happening. So what is the probability? That is the question. So I can write the probability of P1 in the given A, probability of P2 given A. That means P1 and P2 depends upon the alarm, and the alarm is depends upon the burglary and earthquake. So but both are not happening here. So probability of alarm in the given false of burglary and false of earthquake multiplied with the probability of false of burglary and false of earthquake. So based on the data given in the table, if I multiply probability of P1 in the given alarm A is 0.90, the probability of P2 in the given alarm 0.70, and the probability of the alarm in the given burglary and earthquake not happening is 0.001, and probability of burglary not happen is 0.999, and the probability of the earthquake not happened is 0.998. So the answer for this question is 0.00062, right? Right. Now we come to your textbook example, that is your textbook Tom Mitchell, right? So what they are given, this is the idea they are mentioning. So here x, y and z are random variable. As per your textbook, they are mentioning this type of idea. So random variable x, y, z. Here x is conditionally independent of y given z if the probability distribution governing x is independent of the value y in the given the value of z. So I can write, so probability of x in the given y and z equal to probability of x in the given z. So if I write the probability of x in the given y z is the probability of x in the given z. So probability of x is depends upon z only. Similarly, another example, thunder. Thunder is conditionally independent of rain in the given lightning, means we can write the probability as given follow. The probability of thunder in the given rain and lightning equal to probability of thunder in the given lightning. So this is the example given in your Tom Mitchell textbook. So the campfire. The campfire is depends on storm and bus tour group, and it does not depends upon the lightning. And the forest fire is depends upon campfire, right? And the thunder depends upon lightning, right? So based on that, the Tom Mitchell given some tabulation, right? So the campfire happen depends upon storm and bus tour group. So the campfire happen when storm and bus tour group both are true. Both are true means its probability 0.4, and campfire does not happen is 0.6. That is, if you take the probability as 1, the campfire happen is 0.4, the campfire does not happen is 0.6. Right? Similarly, if storm happen and bus tour group is not available, that means the probability 0.1. So the campfire not happening is more probability in this case, that is 0.9. Similar way, if both storm and bus tour group does not happen, means the campfire is does not happen, this probability is 0.2. There is probability 0.8. The probability of happening is 0.2 only. Based on that, in this condition, if I write probability, so if campfire is true, that is depends upon storm is true and bus tour group is true. So that is 0.4 as given in the table. Right? So based on the example what I given in the alarm, the P1 call and P2 call, you compare and understand this concept also. right? So this thing only given in your textbook also. This is a joint probability. Joint probability means each one is depends upon another category, right? So this Bayesian network represents the joint probability of distribution over all variables. So here the example given is storm, Bastur group, forest fire, lightning, etc. So that if they taken as y1, y2, y3 up to yn, then we can these all are in multiplication format. So I can write pi I equal to 1 to n, the probability of yi in the given parents y capital yi. Each child denoted as the parent. So where parent yi denotes the immediate produces of yi in the graph. So joint distribution is fully defined by the graph plus the probability of yi in the given parents capital yi, right? So based on this example, you can do a assignment. I will give you a question in your Moodle, right? Thank you.